Hey everyone, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Daima review. Last week was the battle between Goku and the Tamagami, as well as getting the Dragon Ball and, moving on to trying to find the second one. They obviously have no idea what's going on with Irinsu and her new creation that we will be discussing quite soon. But before we get to any of that, I'm sure you all noticed, there's a brand new opening, and I love it. It's great. It's showing now that we're on episode 9. We're probably roughly at half of the series or close to it. I don't remember if it was officially stated which one it was or if it ever was at all, but I'm guessing we're at the halfway point, which is why we're meeting our so-called big bad. I think there is more to be revealed because we've been getting crazy stuff being revealed left and right that we don't expect, so we'll see. But halfway point, in my opinion, we're doing really good. Another thing I wanted to add is that when Goku came out of the shower and he was wearing the clothes that Pansy gave him, it was just adorable. I loved seeing Goku in casual clothes because, we never get to see that. Not only that, but he reminded me so much of Goten. I just love the art direction this series is going and how we're seeing things that we don't usually get to see, even if it's just little things like that. It kind of reminds us that Goku's like a normal person, just like everyone else when he's not fighting super bad people. Because I always dress him in his gi or in his farmer outfit. When was the last time we got to see Goku just kind of chilling? Besides in the driving school episode. One big thing I really want to focus on is just the animation that this show has had. For example, Vegeta having that small squabble in the bar, which was a great parallel to how Goku and his friends had that squabble in their bar. But the thing that was great was the actual setting and the lighting and the way it was animated with the neon lights and it being more of an adult thing because, we've got Bulma, Vegeta, and Piccolo who are the serious characters and treated like more of real adults even though they're kids, well, kid bodies in this. And it was just, the ambience was great. It kind of reminded me of that party scene at the end of Dragon Ball Z with the flashing lights, even though that was kind of not the best animation and the cheesy music and the dub. Anyways, this was totally different. It was nice to look at, the light reflections were beautiful, it was just so good, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to talk about that. And then later on we get Vegeta fighting all those same guys again, plus some new guys, with Piccolo assisting, and the attention to detail with Vegeta fighting was amazing. You can really see how differently he fights from Goku, and how, precise and hard he hits. It's not that Goku doesn't hit hard, it's just that Vegeta does not hold back. He does not have any semblance of holding back. He's just like, I want to get this done, I want to enjoy the fight a bit, but he doesn't take his time like Goku does. I mean, sometimes he does, depending on the situation, but you know what I mean. And then they, of course, all meet up, and it's cool, and then Vegeta's all steamed that Goku found a Dragon Ball and is probably going to go get the next one. He probably wants a good fight, and to take on one of these Tamagamis. So yeah. Another thing I want to call attention to is that they made sure to call attention to Hybis finding a strange eye on a mountain and it freaking out Bulma. He also really liked the zombies and really wanted to go fight zombies. So good on him, I guess, if for loving zombies. Maybe there was something there that maybe it was just Toriyama loving the zombies joke because he's done zombies before, I think. Anyways, the main point is that he has this eye on his belt. And a few episodes back, I believe we had Goma mention a evil third eye that could grant him power, and other things like that were super strong and all that, really goated item. And what if it's that Hybis actually found this evil third eye? I believe it might have looked differently in the image that it showed, but it was just an illustration of what Goma probably thought it looked like. This could be the actual eye on his belt, him not knowing what it does, and it could come into use later on. And then in the same exact episode, Goma brings up the eye again. I don't think these are coincidences. I believe they're setting this up to be something. Now, they could also just be doing this exactly so that I'm doing what they want me to do, speculating and totally being wrong later, or it could be it. We'll see. And of course, the part that everybody's going to be talking about, Cybermen. No, I'm kidding, but Cybermen are. It's cool to see that they're from the Demon Realm, and that they were made it outside to the universe, even though I think originally in Dragon Ball Z, the anime, it said that they were cultivated by a plant, which, makes sense because they're still planted, and then modified, but, it's okay for Toriyama to retcon something like this, especially since, A, it's his series, and B, when was the last time anyone cared about a Cyberman? The last Cyberman we really saw was in the manga. That time I got reincarnated as Yamcha, but, that's not canon. But like, Cybermen are Cybermen, no one really cares about them too much, unless I'm offending that one Cybermen fan. But the lore of the Cybermen have a big role in this episode. Not only are they from the Demon Realm, but they're also now responsible for the new big bad of this series, or at least that's what I'm assuming it's going to be, MAJIN KUU. Now, name aside, we finally got introduced into that new character that's probably going to be the biggest thorn for all of these characters, and probably what's going to force a fusion between either Goku and Vegeta with the bug, or maybe Goku and Shin, like I said a few episodes ago. I've seen someone post an animation on this, and I really liked it. I'll probably put it in the video right here, and credit to the artist that I'll be putting on screen. MAJIN KUU is probably going to be super strong. He's either going to be stronger than Kid Buu, the original Kid Buu, not, well, technically, stronger than Kid Buu, or he'll be just a little bit weaker, but with the trade-off of being able to have complete control and be submissive to Dr. Rinsu. And I think the Cybermen portion made it not only submissive because Cybermen, listen to the people who they plant and they're warriors for those people, but also because the Cybermen, I believe, the better the soil, the stronger the creature comes out. And this Cybermen seed was planted in like a magical Majin Buu soil, or Daima Majin Buu mixture soil with other stuff, whatever, that, is going to make it stronger than what a normal Cyberman would be. So MAJIN KUU, if they explain that he's way stronger than Buu, or a good deal stronger than Buu, makes sense to me considering the things that they lined up to make it happen. It's also interesting to see that he has a full intelligence, or at least I think he does, because he responded to the request by Rinsu, and he spoke. And he didn't go crazy like the Buu being like beating his chest and be like, ah, or whatever. Sorry for my horrible Buu impression. How he looks is going to get some taking used to. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just kind of in the middle. But with Toriyama, how he did with like Frieza and Cell, their first forms weren't pretty. They were their first forms. And then the second form, they get a little more refined, and like it gets more intense as it goes on. And Toriyama's done this before. And maybe the same thing will happen with KUU, or maybe he won't transform at all. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that. If he does, that's cool. He might also absorb people like, Buu did, or he might not. With KUU, they have the ability to go anywhere with it, give him any kind of power, maybe some acid-based power, because I'm pretty sure the Cybermen had that attack where they split their head open and shoot acid. Maybe that was anime only, I'm not sure. But KUU seems like an interesting concept, and they could really take him far, and I kind of don't want him to die, but, he probably will, because Daima doesn't exist, quote-unquote, within Super's timeline. Like, I mean, it does. Daima's not relevant to Super or anything modern in the canon, because, like, it probably was just a contained adventure in the Demon Realm. That being said, there's also the potential for Toritaro, who's currently making the manga that's been delayed for months because of Toriyama's passing, of course. He could be taking the behind-the-scenes stuff from Daima that he could be getting before the episodes come out, and adapting that into a future Super manga chapter. So we could have some Daima content filtering into Super that way, like KUU, or something else demon related. But yeah, I think this is really great, and I'm excited again for the next episode, and it's just amazing week by week progression. But yeah, all around again, another great episode, beautiful animation, interesting new villain. We'll see where it goes, and I'll catch you guys next week for the next episode. Ciao.